Hello, I'm Martin Park. For those that don't know me, I'm a naturopath and a master coach and trainer who has been working professionally in health, fitness, wellness, and personal development for over 45 years. If you are someone who is interested in learning how to maximize your overall health, well-being, and performance, then welcome. Today, I want to talk about something that I believe is critical to anyone who is wanting to achieve any meaningful goal in their life, whether that's in health, fitness, or personal development, and that is the importance of accountability. Accountability is one of those buzzwords that gets tossed around a lot on the internet. But what does it actually mean, and why is it so critical when it comes to making real, lasting changes in our lives? Consider this. Imagine you've got a goal. Maybe it's to get in better shape. Maybe it's to eat healthier. Maybe it's to work on your mental well-being, or anything for that matter that you want to achieve. You've made a decision to commit to it. You start strong, feeling motivated. You've got your plan in place. Day 1, you're crushing it. You feel great. You're on fire. Day 3, still going strong. You're sticking to your plan, even though you're starting to feel the slightest bit of resistance creeping in. Day 5, now it's getting a little harder. That voice in your head starts making excuses. I'll start again tomorrow. I've been doing so well. I can afford to miss today. Day 7, a full week into your new habit, and suddenly you've got other things on your plate. Work stress, social commitments, life, and your goal starts to take a back seat. Before you know it, you've fallen off track. Sound familiar? Well, it does to me. I've been there myself, plus I've seen it happen with my clients and friends countless times. It's that gap between intent and action. The gap where motivation starts to wane and everything becomes seemingly difficult and sometimes, unfortunately, no longer possible. And why does that happen? Well, let's face it, life can and will get messy. It throws distractions our way, challenges us and tests our willpower and resolve. And on our own, without anyone or anything holding us to a higher standard, it's easy to let those distractions win. Without any accountability, the chances of you following through on your goals, especially the tough ones, drops dramatically. With accountability, everything changes. So what is accountability really? Well, accountability is certainly not just a buzzword, that's for sure. And it's also not just about someone checking in on you to see if you've done the work. At its core, it's a fundamental principle that can significantly influence the success of your personal growth journey. It's about having a system, a support structure, and, most importantly, the awareness that your actions or lack of them will have consequences. It's about being answerable to someone, whether it's a coach, a training partner, a friend, or even yourself. It's about having someone or something in place to make sure you stay on track even when the going gets tough. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Accountability can look like a coach or mentor who checks in regularly and holds you to your word, a friend or partner who supports your goals and holds you responsible when you slip up, a community of like-minded individuals who push each other to be better every day. One of the most powerful forms of accountability I've seen is in group settings, where a collective commitment to growth creates an environment of mutual support. Because when people are invested in each other's success, it's far harder to let your own goals slip through the cracks. But here's a secret. Accountability isn't just about someone else holding you to your commitments. It's about you holding yourself accountable as well. You see, the true power of accountability lies in personal responsibility. Yes, having someone to answer to is incredibly helpful, but at the end of the day, the most important commitment is the one you make to yourself. When you have that inner accountability, the external support just becomes a cherry on top. A very important cherry, but a cherry nonetheless. Let me give you an example from my own experience. Back when I was around 40 years old, I had a dream and desire to be a screenwriter. I wanted to write a screenplay for a movie. I had no experience and no idea where to start. I had the vision, the desire, and the drive, but like many creative projects, it was very easy to let procrastination creep in. I'd set aside the time to write, but then life would get in the way. But here's what changed everything for me. I shared my goal with a few close friends, people who were also into movies and cinema and who I knew would follow up with me regularly. I even printed a business card that read Martin Park, screenwriter. Suddenly, the idea of letting them down became a real motivator. Plus, I had told them what I was going to do, and now I either had to, as they say, cook or get out of the kitchen. Every week they'd ask how the screenplay was coming along, and every time that I had to answer that, I felt the pressure to make progress. Accountability made it real. It turned my dream into a tangible goal. And as a result, I finished that screenplay, and following that, I wrote many more and even turned some of them, 9 to be accurate, into full-fledged movies. Now, I'm not saying accountability alone will make your goals come true. It's not some magic bullet. You still have to show up, do the work, and put in the effort. But with accountability, you're much more likely to stay consistent, to keep pushing forward when motivation wanes, and to celebrate the wins along the way, and that is a powerful thing. And why is it so powerful, you may ask? Well, for one, it creates consistency. When someone else is expecting you to show up, it's far harder to back out. That consistency, day in and day out, is what eventually leads to lasting change. It also provides motivation. Sometimes we all need that extra push to keep going. And a check-in from a coach, a friend, or a community can reignite that fire inside us. It helps you avoid excuses. It's easy to say, I'll skip today, when no one will notice. But when someone is holding you accountable, it forces you to confront your excuses and push past them. Plus, and most importantly, it celebrates your wins. Accountability partners are there to celebrate your successes with you. They're the ones who remind you of how far you've come, which keeps you inspired to keep going. So to you, I ask, take a moment right now and think about your own goals. What is it that you've been putting off or procrastinating on? Whether it's getting in shape, breaking a habit, changing your diet, developing a new skill, or prioritizing your mental health, what would it look like for you if you had someone by your side holding you accountable? Maybe it's time for you to set up that accountability system, to reach out to a coach, enlist a friend, or join a group that shares your goals. Because even just a small commitment to someone else can make a huge difference in your goals. If you are ready to take that step and you want a community of support, accountability, and empowerment, I'd love to have you join us in my online wellness support community. It's a space designed to help you rethink, reboot, and reclaim your health and well-being. I'll leave a link in the description for you to check it out. I thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your company. I look forward to spending some time with you again. And remember, with accountability, anything is possible. Bye for now.